The horticultural industry, which started in such a small way in the 1970s, is now really big global business. With a really big environmental risk. Pesticides can be a problem. The production of the highest quality flowers and vegetables requires a high technology input. Recent advances in technology mean that we can use less water on a crop using a technology known as hydroponics. So some companies can be very efficient in their use of water. Nevertheless, there is an ever-increasing area under crops as land is converted to intensive horticulture. New areas are on the lake edge as well as higher in the catchment, drawing from boreholes or direct from the lake and the rivers. This means that more water is collectively taken from the system every year, even though individual industries become more efficient. And the end result is that less water is left for local people or for nature. Even if the water does not come directly from the lake, it is all ultimately the same. The fertile land is like a giant sponge into which the rainfall soaks. The lake sits in a depression on the sponge. Rivers and groundwaters run downhill into it. If too much water is taken for flowers or beans to go to European consumers, there will be nothing left for Kenyan buffaloes, hippos, birds or fishermen. The LNRA is campaigning actively to try to strike a balance in the water taken, and that's what wise use really means. A balance means that there must be a legally enforceable upper limit on abstractions from the whole system. There must be one water allowance for nature, one for people, and one for agriculture. At present, there is no regulation on the whole water system, so the lake continues to decline and deteriorate. The industry has to produce perfect flowers for the customer thousands of kilometers away, and to do this they have to be blemish-free and healthy, and that means pesticides and fertilizers are used to get them into this perfect condition when they can be picked and packed. The LNRA has written codes of conduct for each of the industrial users around the lake, not just the horticultural industry, which cover wise use and wise disposal. The other end of wise use is when we've finished with the water. So often mankind puts back dirty and contaminated water into the environment. But now the more enlightened members of the LNRA are introducing artificial wetlands on the lakeside of their farms, which clean the water of pollutants as it passes through wetland plants. Analysis shows that water from the first artificial wetland on Naivasha's shores went back into the lake cleaner than when it came out. The LNRA is trying hard to turn the 4 companies with wetland treatment systems into 40. The others presently discharge wastewater into the ground or across roads where it often ends directly into the lake. The horticultural industry is very labor-intensive, a good thing for a country like Kenya with high unemployment, but not a good thing for the lake if the impact of people isn't carefully managed. The workers, their families and their livestock all need water and sanitation. Some companies offer staff housing, others do not. And those not given staff housing need somewhere to live, but not anywhere with no water or proper sanitation. Settlements must be properly planned and properly constructed with a water supply and waste treatment. But whose responsibility should it be to see that their settlements do not accumulate mountains of rubbish, ready to be swept straight into the lake at the first storm?